What's going on, guys? It's Shadow bringing you guys another video, and this time we're facing my buddy Kuma, who is on Enel. So we're just testing out at our local game store here, so you're gonna see a bunch of different kind of take backs, just trying to learn. So he does go first, and on my 2-down turn I typically will play out brand new, but I opt and decide to actually pitch it for my leader ability, just to kind of cycle and find different options, just because Enel's usually on a starve strategy. And you do see here he was actually gonna swing AK but decided not to leave me at 4 life just in case I do establish a Kuzan. And since I knew this was what he was trying to do, I just swing for 5, use leader ability once again, and draw once more and pass, not playing out anything. And here he plays out his Kuzan, which if I had a 3-cost body would have tucked it to the bottom of my life and made me pitch a card. And you do see I was gonna counter out and decided not to and actually take it, since I do want to go down 1 more life so my Kuzan can be protected for a potential Gidatsu. So I do establish the Kuzan here and take the draw. I was going to swing but opted not to in case there was a trigger out of life that could have popped the Kuzan. So I should have swung first before establishing it, but it is what it is. He's going to swing 5 here. I'm going to counter out of this one just because I figure he's going to swing bigger with his leader. So he does swing 6k, which is counterable, but again, I just want to take it because I figured he's either going to tuck my body into my life, or not knowing what else is going to come out. So he does tuck it with that 6-cost Fishman event, which can tuck a 6-cost to the bottom of life, and out of trigger can bottom deck a 4-cost, or not bottom deck, but tuck it into the bottom of life. So I do swing 7 at the Kuzan here just to establish and take off some pressure and establish 1 more Kuzan, hoping that it can stick. And I'll do this hoping that it can stick so it can, Enel plays a lot of big bodies, so you want to be able to reduce it without any issues. And unfortunately for me, he does establish a Yamato, which is going to be able to pop it since we're both sitting at a total of 6 life. So at this point I just swing 5 and establish 10 Kuzan, which is pretty much what I want a mulligan for in this matchup, especially if they are in the starve strategy, because they're going to try to not swing at me until they realize until I realize what they're on. So 10 Kuzan's going to make this matchup so much easier. And you do see there's a rush now, getting me down to 1 life at this point. So at this point, I have to figure out a way to be able to remove both characters. And having 10 Kuzan on the field definitely helps, reducing everything by 5 costs. So Enel sitting at a total of 5 and Yamato is at 4. So I'm going to start off with playing out a Hina from my hand, which is going to reduce the Yamato down to a 1 cost, and then play out, it's going to reduce Yamato down to a 0 cost, and then play out Rebecca, grabbing a Brook from the trash, and then playing out a Hina from hand, reducing the Enel down to a 1, being able to allow me to play out Sword to bottom deck both of them. Absolutely crazy what 10 Kuzan can do. Basically just removed 19 costs off the field right there. And establishing a blocker at this point is going to prevent him from being able to finish me off next turn if he establishes another rush. So I do pass turn because I don't want to get him down to 1 life, because if he plays out a Yamato, he's going to be able to heal. It won't pop nothing, but there's no point in just letting him cycle out of life. So he does establish the 4-cost Kuzan again, which is able to tuck 1 of the Hinas in my life. And it's going to force me to discard off the Kuzan ability there. So I do pitch the T-Bone, which I know is returnable off a Rebecca. So I don't mind pitching a 2K since I know I can get it later on in the game. And here he's trying to figure out exactly what else to do. So he's going to swing 7 at the Hina. I just give him the Rebecca because I think I have Mancherry, and ends up playing Zeus. So he's going to take his own life to pop a 5-cost or less. So basically just cleared the board from what I just played. And I'm going to start off with establishing a Mancherry to fish the Rebecca back from the trash. I was playing very fast here, did not bottom deck the 2 cards, and Alec did remind me. So I did bottom deck an event, the Sword, and a Kuzan. So I don't need it anymore at this point. We're going to just try to cycle Rebecca as much as possible with this Mancherry. And as long as he doesn't play anything to pop the Mancherry, we can just continuously protect it with Rebecca. So I start off with a 6k swing because if he decided to take it, then Kuzan's going to turn sideways. But since he protected it, there's no point in swinging with Kuzan at this point since he could just cycle his life. And you see, I do play Rebecca, grabbing the Brook from the trash and establishing it. And since I had the other Brook in my hand, I am able to tap 3 and play it out to pop the Zeus. So he did have small bodies, but you know, being able to establish these Brooks and pop them is what is really actually necessary for me here. And I do pitch the brand new to cycle just to find other pieces of removal. Because at this point, I'm really just relying off the Brooks, and reduction is going to just have to happen off maybe a potential Rebecca Hina play. But you do see he swings at the Mancherry, and I do give him the Rebecca just to protect it. And he ends up tucking a Brook with the Katakuri, and then uses Hino Bird Zap to KO the other one. So ends up removing the Brook, but that's okay because, again, as long as Mancherry is stuck, we can just cycle Rebecca here. And with the amount of cards in trash, Tempest Kick is online, reducing it down to a 0 cost. And I'm going to use Mancherry, bottom decking Kuzan and the Tempest to grab Rebecca back. And since that Katakuri is at a 0, I'm just going to Rebecca Brook once again, removing it off of the field. And at this point, pressure his life for a 7k swing. And since he did take this one, he's going to cycle out his life here. But now I'm okay to turn Kuzan sideways, because if he doesn't counter out of this, he's going to remain at 0 life at this point. And I do leave Tudon up specifically for Black Vortex since I do have it. So I'm going to opt to just Rebecca block here. Because now if he has anything else as far as rush, he's going to have to go into the Mancherry or Yamato pop that. Since I protected it, it could have been Brook, but since Mancherry is going to be the more threat here, and I say threat just because I can continuously, again, cycle that Rebecca back and just continue to block her up and grab counter from the trash, or grab the Hina from trash. You know, it could just do wonders for me. So at this point, again, since I do have Kuzan on the field, we do have this -5 across the board, so it is currently sitting at a 4 cost, and I'm going to just Suru and tap 2 and Hound Blaze, bottom decking the Yamato, getting Brook up to a 7 cost. And I believe we're just going to swing 7 into his leader here, so just starting to pressure him. So if he does counter out, that's fine, we're dwindling the hand. And if not, since now he does take the life, if I swing through with my leader, I'm able to just start dwindling the hand, which you do see. I do 6k swing, and I do Kuzan here to swing. Oh no, he pitched the card for his leader ability, then countered, and then now the 10k swing, which gets him back down to 0 once again. And I do play another Mancherry out, grabbing Rebecca, and he does he attempts to concede, but I do convince him just to play it out, just to see how, if he could turn it around. But at this point, having a board is just pretty, the board I have is pretty much a wall for me, just being able to continuously cycle out the Rebecca and remove the field. And I'm sitting at 3 life still currently. So you do see with the Rebecca, I grab the Hina, and I do protect the Mancherry once again, giving him the Rebecca, because this is going to force him once again to have to target the Mancherry, whereas he could have wanted to get rid of the Brook here. He's being forced to go to Mancherry, because if not, the Brook can just get recycled off the Rebecca, off the Mancherry. So it does trash Katakuri, heals one more time, and I do draw into a Kuzan here. So absolutely just bad luck for Alec here, but for Kuma. So I do just KO that Enel, and then I swing with just my leader, and again, since he does not counter out, since he countered out, I don't swing with the Kuzan. There's no point in giving him a free cycle. He does tuck the Kuzan into my life once again. And at this point, it's pretty rough. Doesn't want to swing into me to give me other cards. Again, he's trying to play a starve strat that he's been unable to do since I've been able to clear the bodies off the board. And at this point, nothing else to do here. I'm just going to swing 5k with the Suru, just to pressure, swing out with my leader for 8. And I have 2 10k swings to be able to get through and get the game here. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below what you guys thought of the match, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.